Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Afifi Sayhmi, native number 1710129. So I would like to present to you an article on the importance of indigenous software development in Muslim countries. So basically, this article tells you about the how Islamic civilization has gone through the declination uh, from the rise of the Western civilization. So then the Muslim people, they faces new challenges to save the Ummah from various dangerous ethical matters. Thus, Muslims have to contribute in a lot of areas, especially the IT field, to help the Muslim to get a better life and competitive as other nation. So then, why is it important? Software, because first is to narrow the gap between Muslim country and the developed country. So because we can see that there's a huge gap in terms of the development and technology. So then with this software, the gap can be bridged. Next, this software is needed as a tool in nation development. So as an effort in modernizing poor communities in Muslim countries. So it's very important. Okay, next is to have a proper information management. This is because there's a lot of misinformation happen in the undeveloped country like Muslim countries. So then we need that. Okay, next is last but not least is needed for Muslim to practice Islam. So then because after Islam has suffered through the dark ages, so Muslim are hard to practice the real, not the real, the true practices of Muslim. So then with the help, with the assistance of this software, we can help them to achieve that kind of practices. Okay, next is the difference between imported software and indigenous software. So the indigenous software, in terms of value, they carries a heritage value to the nation. Meanwhile, the imported one, okay, it's not good. Okay, they are using imported one, so you all know. Okay, next, in terms of economical value, so the indigenous software, it comes from local workforces that will reflect on national economy. Meanwhile, the foreign software will be shared then from the country which originated, so it won't be much. Then in terms of intellectual property legislation, the indigenous software position may be threatened, but the foreign are protected. Okay, in terms of language, we find that the foreign software managed to introduce different language addition to their major products. So then these are the difference between the two. Okay, next is challenges faced by Muslim Ummah. So the first challenge are the core belief being targeted by misconception and lack of strong pulling toward work and goals. So their behavior deviated far from the solution of Islam, from the teaching of Islam. Then that is why Muslim need to understand their duty and apply their understanding. Okay, next, in challenges of development and raising the standard of living of citizens, Islam emphasizes use of materialistic means based on good reasoning in all problem related to Muslim life. Okay. Next on the list is challenges of integration above two wings of life in a balanced way. So then these are the challenges where most problems occur in Western civilization are mainly because of severe imbalance in materialistic philosophy, in the negligence of spiritual needs. So then the solution is to develop professionals that hold both two sides of background, high Islamic belief and commitment to solve daily life problems using modern procedures. Next on the list, if the development of indigenous software in Muslim countries. So the step in developing indigenous software, the translation, the imitate, spread of values, okay, and so on. So then indigenous software can serve in facing challenges. So this software play a major role in development of national language in Muslim countries, and they can also bring the Muslim Ummah together by having the Muslim to work on one software uh, that can serve the purpose of communication between people around in the global in the globe. Okay, next is this app can serve in solving local problems and also can help in educate and train a large spectrum of individuals. Okay. Okay, next is the increase the rate of modernization of Muslim countries, the heritage of Muslim can be better protected and safe for future generation. And last but not least, encouraging work or at home via internet. Okay, next is the software to serve the cause of Islam. So the software that can serve the cause of Islam is studies about Quran, the verification of Islamic texts, the presentation of bright face of Islam, the shortage of expert of high specialization, and okay, and that's it. Okay, last is the software for serving Ummah. Okay, next, the software for serving Muslim Ummah and Muslim countries. So then the prohibited uh, software. The prohibited software is Islam prohibit what result into prohibited services. So then next is the intellectual product of Muslims. So then software self-directed towards the whole world should attract good attention, and Muslims should interact with it in a positive way. Okay, next on the list is to serve in accelerating active researches. So then software developed in active research in Muslim countries need a lot of attention, and implementation is a key solution to all Muslim problems. Okay, next is the problems faced by the development of indigenous software and proposed solution. So the first is the quality of the local support, the local software, the quality is an important thing. So then the piracy and copyright protection, the very common thing happen nowadays, then everybody knows, and the limited market. So it's very important for them to find the market to get their apps downloaded by the users. And last but not least, the immigration of specialists to the West. So these are the challenges faced. Okay, and last but not least is high competition between indigenous software and imported software. So there's a lot of difference between the indigenous and imported software in terms of the price, the well established and so on. Okay. Okay, software to serve humanity. Okay, duties Muslim to serve are not only to themselves but to serve the whole community, humanity. So the good presentation Islamic principle includes the building of software to present the good characters to the whole world, and the presentation of the values of Islamic civilization is in all its aspects as a mean to enhance the present civilization with the missing values we are suffering from. And to deal with the Muslim scholars have said that they used to recognize problems starting from the overall picture going to the minute parts. So in conclusion, the indigenous software development is a must for both religious purposes and national development. So ethics based on Islamic teaching have to be propagated by the Muslim. Thank you.